It was just after 1:30 a.m. on a Friday morning in July 2025 at the University of New Mexico in Albuquerque. Inside a dorm room at Mesa Vista Hall, a group of teens was hanging out. What should have been a normal night quickly spiraled into horror. Multiple gunshots suddenly ripped through the quiet campus. Glass shattered. Chaos erupted. When police arrived, they found a nightmare. A 14-year-old boy dead from a gunshot wound to the head, and another teen injured. The campus was immediately placed on lockdown as students sheltered in place during new student orientation. No one knew if the shooter was still on the loose. Surveillance cameras captured the group just moments before the shooting. 2 teens who were in the room fled to a family member's home and were caught on a doorbell camera rushing to the hospital.
Come on. Police. Shot. We have him here with us. Yeah, the bullet grazed his head. So I'm gonna head down to you, but I'm gonna have to take this kid to the hospital. But I'm gonna head.
Hours later, authorities tracked down the suspect.
Exit the car with your hands up, open and empty, and I can ensure your safety. Hands, yep. Turn away from me. Step to your left.
Hands on top of your head. Cross your feet. Cross your feet.
18-year-old John Fuentes was located and taken into custody. He had deep cuts on his arms and was treated at a hospital before being questioned by detectives.
Close it up. Stay on my jacket. What's up?
No, not much is abnormal. We're gonna talk about it.
Alright, I'm about to I'm gonna talk to the officer first and then we'll talk, okay? Let's see my man officer.
So when we got to him, he had cuts on his wrists. He was involved in the shooting at UNM.
Okay.
So yeah, he has deep cuts. We're thinking it's from him breaking windows
Okay.
with his fists, and that's how he sliced his arms. Bringing him here because EMTs did check him out, but I saw as he was in the holding cell, he was still bleeding, so I want to make sure that, everything's clean and ready to go.
In the interrogation room, Fuentes told detectives a chaotic story. He claimed the group had been drinking, smoking marijuana, and taking acid tabs mixed with cocaine.
Next time, just so you know, we do have a search warrant for your DNA and the photographs. Cool.
Alright.
Thanks, bro. How you doing, man?
Decent and you.
Yeah. I'm Agent Donis with the New Mexico State Police Investigations Bureau.
I'm Double Cormac with the State Police.
Your name is John Fuentes, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just here to talk with you about what happened, just to get your version. Right. We don't want other people speaking on your behalf.
What brought you to UNM?
Usually I just go hang out at the dorm and we just hang out, watch movie, or not movie, but like play his PlayStation or whatever, and smoke like marijuana, nicotine, like what everybody does. And then I remember he wanted me to come because this is gonna be his last like semester or last year, like couple days, and he's like, let's take, what is it, acid tabs, and then I don't know, I was keep telling him nah, like he wanted to take it with some cocaine. And I remember I pull up and he had his gun with him, and then I remember came by and brought more cocaine so we could try it. And at the time, I remember I took like I think of what is it, acid, and then I remember Dad peer pressure me, take another line, take another line, take another line, and I remember to the point where I was just I couldn't even think. I remember I just remember blacking out, and then just freaking. I remember I just wake up like I'm on top of a roof. I'm like calling my brother. I'm like, what just happened? He's like, where you at? And I'm like stuttering. I was like losing my mind.
He said peer pressure led him to take more and more until he blacked out.
I don't even know what happened. That's whenever I went to the parking lot and I was trying to look for help. And that's whenever I found some people and I was like, hey, can you guys help me? I was like, here, I don't care about the gun. I was like, here, I threw it on the floor. I was like, send help. I was like, I'm bleeding, please, I don't know what's going on. And then they just like drove off. They're like, what the hell? But I don't blame them. But yeah, I remember just after.
Yes, please. Sorry to rock on.
Yeah. And then I remember just completely blacking out. And then I remember whenever I was on top of the roof, I just remember I had this Glock 19 on me, and I was just like out of it. I didn't even know where the heck I was at. And that's whenever I was like calling. I didn't even know where I was at. Like I was like, I remember I kept calling my dad. I was like, I think I got laced or something. I was like, I'm on top of a roof on UNM. I was like, I think I just shot 2 people. I'm like, I'm losing my mind. I remember I was just running to like the UNM. I remember it was just a bunch of UNM cops outside. I was running. And I remember I went like this. I was just like, help. I'm bleeding. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, I can't control. And then I remember just seeing, I didn't even know it was just my uncle's truck right there. I didn't even know if it was him. And thank God he saved me. He was just like, yeah, hop in. What's going on? And like, he thought I got like trumped, and because I told him, I thought, I don't know, there's something in the cocaine, or I don't know. What I kind of remember is just glass breaking. I remember, and just full sprint running, just out of breath, going, just like an animal. I don't know.
He remembered holding the gun, hearing loud noises, and then running through campus covered in blood, paranoid and terrified. He described breaking windows with his fists, climbing on roofs, washing blood off in a fountain, and desperately trying to flag down help while only in his underwear.
And then I remember my mom went to go like peep out the scene, and then she tells me the whole news is there, and that she looked on the news and one's injured and one's deceased. And that's when I just started losing my mind. I was like, couldn't believe what I did. Just like Rambo jumping out, and then just like, I remember I looked at my pants and I had a 19, and then that's whenever I went to the parking lot near my car, and I was like literally just looking for any cop I could find to help me, like help. And that's whenever I ran into those people, and I was like, help. And then they were like, I pulled out the Glock, I already threw it in front of me. I was like, please help. And then they're like, they just drove off, yeah. But that's literally all I remember. But I remember just looking around like, what the actual hell? What did I take? I kept telling my dad, I think I got laced. UNM, come out. I don't even know. I was like, I don't even know. And then I have an interlock, so And then we were also drinking too, so I was like, I can't even drive. I don't know what to do. I was going insane. Like completely like felt like it was frying my brain. I didn't even remember like it was probably the worst experience I ever had.
All right, sounds rough.
And then at some point I completely lost the Glock. I literally like blacked out. I don't know what was going on. But yeah, I don't remember where the hell any of my went. I remember I ran up to my uncle with just my underwear on, and he was like, "What the hell happened to you?" And I told him, I think I got laced or something. I completely blacked out. I don't know what the hell that fool had in there. And then, I don't even know. That's what bugs the hell out of me. I literally just freaking knew it was like the worst thing ever.
At one point, he even called his family, saying he thought he had just shot 2 people. Detectives pressed him on the details inside the dorm room. Fuentes admitted he remembered holding the Glock 19, tripping heavily on the drugs, and then everything going blank like a movie. He said he later checked the gun and realized the magazine was empty.
So like kind of like go through like the events of like you guys hanging out. Like did you guys just start, doing cocaine and acid like right away, or were you guys just hanging
Pretty
out?
much, because it was already late, and then he had work in the morning. So I was like, well, we could hang out now and get it over with now, because he had like work, and then what is it? I told him I don't want to be all tweaked out whenever I have to go. One of my family members was gonna bring like to the couponer. She's gonna bring all kinds of clothes and soap and oil. It's just to help us out. And I remember I told him, well, I'd rather just do it on the day whenever. So like the night we do it, I don't want to be going and hanging around with my family the morning, you know what I mean, the next morning. So I told him, oh, let's just do it now. Let's just go now. That he just had work in the morning. He was like, yeah.
So you guys like you got there and then you started doing cocaine and acid?
Yeah, I mean him popped like a tab and a half. And then I remember after that he just like, let's do line, let's do bump.
Was that in his room or in one of your cars?
And I was in his dorm.
His dorm, okay. At a certain point, were people like getting on each other's cases, or did somebody start becoming obnoxious or start a fight, or like what do you remember in there, man? What happened? I mean, we kind of heard some things from some other folks, but we really want to hear your take on it.
Somewhat of a I just remember it was going so quick. We could have been arguing. I don't really remember crap, but I just remember somewhat of me holding his pistol, like looking at it off the acid, like all just tripping out on it, and then just like just I don't even remember what the happened. I remember it was just like a movie, and then that's whenever I was running around like an insane person around the campus trying to find help.
You remember how you left the room? They left the room? Whoever left?
I don't remember.
What led you to believe that you may have shot 2 people?
Because I was just full of blood, and I remember the Glock, before I was messing with it, I remember it had bullets, and then I remember I took out the clip and it was empty. And I was like just bleeding, and I just thought I shot myself because there's this big ass welt right here. So I remember my ears were ringing, so I definitely knew something was up. I don't know. My mind was running a million miles per second. Because I just remember, like, I didn't even know if it was me who shot or them, but I remember just loud noises, running, and I remember I laid down under a bush, and I checked the clip, and it was empty, and I was like, oh, bro, like if I thought someone was gonna kill me, I was like, that's whenever I think I climbed on top of the roof, and I remember I was like straight going insane. I was like knocking on the windows. I was like, somebody please help, somebody please help me, help me, help me. And then I was keep getting paranoid that like someone was gonna like, I was gonna knock on a window and someone was just gonna blast me or something like that. That's whenever I was like, I was losing my mind. That's whenever I just said, I remember I just took off my pants and I remember I hopped in the water fountain out there, like a stream, or I don't know what the hell it was. And I remember I was washing off my cuts, getting a drink of water, and I was soaked. I was freezing. That's whenever I was on top of the roof, and then I remember I took off my socks, I threw them, because they're soaked, they're all getting all muddy, and I took off my pants, I threw them too, and then just full sprint. I remember at that, once I took off that, I remember I was like, I need help. So I started full sprinting. That's whenever it was literally like, police, at UNM, and I walk out, and I'm like, please, so somebody, and I remember I started.
You saw the officers or cars?
I just saw cars, officer cars. So I was expecting there to be police there. I was like, I need help. I don't know what the f going on. I feel like someone's gonna kill me. I was like, and then that's whenever I just ran it. It was like perfect timing. It was like, what the? But I don't know. It was just like, it happened so quick. Shit's crazy. I don't know. That was the most insane day of my life. Weird. Watching, I don't know, it's hard to say. We could have been arguing. I mean, that's why I was almost like, you could ask what is it, his little brother or something. But I don't know, we could have been. I just remember completely blacking out. I don't even remember just running in full speed.
What's his little brother like? Did he talk to you, or what's he?
I don't know. I don't think his little brother's doing any of the coke though. That's the thing. Or I think he did some. I don't know.
Was he into the guns the way you were? I mean, everybody was. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Or was he not? Like
Pretty much everybody was.
So you don't ever like recall at all like ever actually shooting a gun at any point in time?
I could have, but I'm not 100% sure. That's why I can't say. Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty sure I did, because I don't mean, who else would? It literally said on the news that one's injured, one's deceased. So I'm pretty sure I did.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't remember what the.
Do you know who's injured or who's deceased?
No, I don't. Well,
what would you guess?
I'm pretty sure deceased. One's injured. Pretty sure.
What leads you to what leads you to think that like them versus somebody else, or why one's dead and the other one's injured?
Because his brother wasn't really in the way. His brother was just kind of out there, but they're both. I mean, every time we hang out, they're right there, and I don't think I would have shot his little brother. His little brother was always just out of the way. He's not really. He kind of just like the side character.
Now, how do you feel about that?
Horrible. I remember I was literally going insane in my room, like crying, and I didn't know what to do because my brain was still off the acid. I was like, I can't go to them now. I can't turn myself in. I was like, I need to wait till I get sober or something. I was like, I was literally going insane, and I was like, I couldn't handle it. And that's whenever my grandma was just like, I want to just spend the last time with you. get you something to eat, try to chill you out, try to detox your mind, and then we go turn yourself in. 'Cause at some point I told her I'm gonna have to, I was like, either if I don't turn myself in, they're gonna find me. I was like, there ain't no doubt about that. So
do you want us to tell you who was injured?
yeah.
I mean, I'm asking, do you want to know?
Yeah.
Okay. So the little brother, he's 14 and he's dead. What? And then, injured, but not seriously. It's not.
What? How much of black? Oh, what the fuck?
I'm sorry.
When investigators finally told him the devastating truth that the 14-year-old boy in the room was dead, Fuentes appeared visibly shaken, breaking down in disbelief. In his first court appearance, John Fuentes stood silent as the judge ordered him held without bond. He now faces serious charges: first-degree murder, aggravated battery, aggravated assault, and tampering with evidence. 2 other teens who were involved also face charges, including tampering with evidence, drug possession, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. One drug-fueled night. Multiple rounds fired inside a college dorm. A 14-year-old boy lost his life before he even had the chance to grow up. John Fuentes now awaits trial, where he could be facing decades behind bars or even life in prison for the deadly shooting that shocked the University of New Mexico. This is the brutal reality of young choices spiraling out of control with deadly consequences. Subscribe to Young and Guilty and turn on notifications for more raw, true crime stories covering teen offenders from the first moments on Bodycam to the final sentencing. Drop a like if you believe justice must be served. Comment below. Do you think drugs are to blame, or is there no excuse for what happened? What should the sentence be if he's convicted? Let us know.